All right. Hello, guys. Here I am once again, doing part two, you could say, of DnB music making, specifically an attempt to make something in Liquid DnB. I will switch the scene in just a second, or in fact, I can even switch it right away. Let me see, window, there we are. And I'll be with you in just a moment. I just have to check if the Twitch live is looking proper. It looks that way. And I have to modify a little bit of let me see, drum. Okay, looks like it's not really possible to okay, well, anyways, or maybe I can remove. Oh wait, I can add Polish tag. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, sure, why not? So I can actually add a Poland tag because you can talk to me in Polish as well, and Swedish too, which is, by the way, a command available under language. Should work. Oh shit, that was wrong. That should work. There we go. And one more thing, something that I did temporarily was I have disabled a chat on YouTube due to certain problems with some Russian bots spamming, different links of different kind, and it is quite a struggle to kind of handle this, since those are not your kind of traditional links, but they are like very shortened versions with like a different something which doesn't necessarily look like a web URL, but is like a very, very short link to like a website with a longer link. And trust me, you don't want to know the content of that of those spams, obviously, which is why I've disabled this time. And I hope to resolve that issue sometime in the future, but the thing is, I just haven't found a solution to it just yet. But hopefully I will have the channel re-enabled. And the thing is as well, that from the start of sort of my journey with streaming, I haven't had a single viewer from YouTube, except those Russian bots. But I had viewers on Twitch, and there are people asking questions and just engaging conversations on Twitch instead. So if you want to be a part of the chat, join the chat and have a little conversation, then I encourage you to go on twitch.tv/Imaginovsky, which if you just type my nickname in the search bar on Twitch, it should be there. I have some overlays prepared for that, but well, actually, if you type what is it, !Twitch, I think, oh, if we do command, okay, well, yeah, anyway, it's not relevant right now. It should be okay anyways. But everything works like it should, and there should be no bots bothering us during our session. So just give me a second. I will just grab my tablet and set up the Stream Deck and the chat in a separate window. So give me just 2 minutes and I'll be back. All right, I'm just gonna connect this stuff right there and set up the chat on the restream just so I can see it. I do actually have a second monitor, but it's actually the way it's placed. It's not really optimal, so I prefer to see the chat on my tablet instead, which is a bit closer, a bit nicer to read. Right. All right, there we have it. And let me just test it. So if I test like this, awesome. So if we get to the main topic of the broadcast or the stream, that would be, let me just that would be this little idea, which is one of many things that I have. It is actually a continuation of something that I've started yesterday during a stream as well, and I've just while off stream I've modified it a little bit and changed some things here and there to make it a little bit more like liquid DnB rather than, I don't know, typical DnB. I mean, the thing is, it didn't sound exactly right yesterday, especially in terms of the drum arrangement. And now what I did instead is I did something a little bit interesting, which is that I have you know what, let me play this first so that you have an idea of what this actually is all about, and then I will test the audio if everything is going through properly, and we will then perhaps talk about it a little bit more afterwards. So the mic level seems to be okay. Okay, let's play it. Yeah, so I mean, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much what I've got so far, and obviously here the focus was most importantly on building as great of a vibe, as great of a atmosphere as possible, although it isn't, you know, there just yet. It's certainly a good foundation to build on top. And you know, whenever you see me like doing stuff, I don't usually have a lot of elements going on like in the arrangements view, so to speak. And yeah, sometimes there are, you know, things like for example here the Avenger, which I have called the VPS drums, which is actually doing a lot of drum programming, and it is how I have achieved this drum arrangement over here, which is that thing. Well, except the kick drum, which is coming from elsewhere. But the rest of it, though, wait, is coming from the Avenger, as I said, and it's pretty unusual because, you know, what I did is a little weird thingy here. So okay, I mean, I don't remember now. I think it was so there is like as you can see here, there's like a drum section within this thing, where you have but there are drum sequences which you can enable or disable, and then there is a section for different kits, drum kits, and there are a ton of these in the factory one. And then there are sequences which are, you know, initially or by default connected to each other. So that means when I would pick analog 1, it would not only load the oh wait okay, that's good. I thought it was not visible in the, yeah, okay, it's visible in the, good. And so, you know, whenever I'm picking this, and it will not only pick the drum kit but also pick the sequence for that drum kit, because it's locked over here. But if I would disable the lock over here, then I would need to separately pick the kit and separately pick the sequence. And what I did was, I think I went through like drums and sequences like this, and I think I found this. I think it was like lo-fi something, lo-fi arcade maybe. I don't even remember at this point. And I picked it, and the arrangement for DnB was very nice, which is if we go to here, well, that's pretty much how it looks like, how the MIDI information looks from that lo-fi something, which arrangement of it was very reminiscent of drum programming for DnB, except the drums were very lo-fi. It was like very low pass, right? So I then went through some of these drum kits instead, and I think I've settled on, it's called the Chill Boss, I think it was, yeah. So this is the drum kit is different, and the sequence is something completely different, and that's how I have settled on this. And obviously I've disabled some stuff, or actually only kick drum in this case, because everything else seemed to be actually really nice. So we have, except of the kick drum, which is disabled, is actually quite short over here. Your typical rim shot, snare, clap, another snare, percussion, number 1, close hi-hat number 1, percussion number 2, ride, open hi-hat, crash. However, I think it's only, yeah, not all of them are playing. In fact, some of them are not being used. Like B, which would be crash, is not being used here. So this is not in use. And what is it? What else? What is it? I don't see. Okay, so it's percussion number 1. It's not being used as well. And C sharp, which is rim shot. No, wait. This is actually used over here. And then there's kick drum, which is, well, disabled. The only thing I dislike about it is that you can sort of route the whole sequence, like the whole thing you can route to an effects section over here. And I mean, there are so many things to choose from. I could choose like a reverb, but the problem I have with this is that I cannot route things. Like, I cannot take one element. I cannot take like a clap. I cannot route it to here, except I have to take the whole freaking thing, I think. And then, or you know what, maybe I could route this separately, but like one thing separately, but then the problem would be that I would need to change the routing, which over here, which would, to just mess things up in terms of, routing, and I don't know. I mean, I like the effects that are in here. I really do, but it's really sad that Vengeance didn't do like a I mean, that there is this like VPS FX suite thingy which you can get from them, but it's still, I think, on like some kind of like ancient code, and you still need to use the Steinberg e-licenser dongle thingy, and I just don't get it, because you have all these things right here, and this works without a dongle. So why not do just a Avenger FX that you can slap on your processing bus, or whatever you call it. Serum has it. Rapid from Powerwave has it. And many other DAWs I mean, sorry, I mean synthesizers do have this, and yeah, I mean, as far as my synth DSP coding goes, I see no problem with just taking this and just turning it into effect like this little thing. But that's just me bragging about it. So we'll just I would just remove this so that it's not. Oh, okay, I probably have to make it smaller. Okay, and the annoying thing is too that I have to make it small sometimes to close some of the things, like right now. Yeah. Anyways. And the clap is the snare is interesting because it kind of sounds like a it sounds both like it's kind of like a snare, but then it's like a clap, and then like a percussion thing. It's like those three things being melted together, sort of thing, which is I don't know. I think it sounds interesting. Most importantly. Let me just get the microphone a little closer. And I will lower the volume. So the idea is to try to do some additional, maybe add like an arpeggio somewhere around here, and to just kind of like add more not like layer whatever's already here, but just add some additional interesting element. And I was thinking of an arpeggio, to be honest. And yeah, let's try and do that. Type keyword. Although I'm not sure if I want to take this from Splice this time. Maybe I could instead go to Sample Manager just for a change, to kind of like, I don't know, use something different for the workflow. Oh damn. And actually, oh, is it? Is it any bigger on the right? Nah, let's do it like that. What? Oh, damn, where's my phone? Okay, right. I'm actually using my phone and I just need to read that SMS. So let me just have a look at that. And I will put it back where it was. Let me see. Where is it? Okay, now it's okay. Right. Let me put it back. It's going to be okay. And oh, I think it stopped. What is happening? Stop, restart. Okay, now it's good. Yeah, should be good. Let me just get it a little bit higher. Kind of like that. Should be okay. Right, so where were we? Sure, why not? Let's refresh. I mean, those streams that I do are also considered to be kind of like a 50-50, like 50% music making, 50%, you know, just chilling and, you know, talking to people. So if there's anyone having any questions or just you know, wanting to, you know, have a great time and whatever, just talk about whatever, you are very welcome to do so. You know, I'm very happy to have anyone who is who's willing to not just watch but you know, talk as well. So very appreciated. Yeah, so without losing the context, yeah, right. So let me just do a very nifty thing. How do I find? Oh, I probably have to go for a synth section. All right, and where do we route it? Like 33, and then I will probably need to bring it over here and do C5 and stretch it like that. Right. Maybe even longer than that. Then we need to find the appropriate what is it? Oh, it's best that I just okay. Right, there you are. D sharp minor, right? With the kind of great emphasis on a sharp note in this particular sound, but I don't think that's really important. 95% match. Good to know, good to know. So check this out. I'm going here and I'm just going to pitch, key, D sharp. what if I could just... How can I slow it down? I feel like it could be half tempo. Half of that. Okay, that's true. No, what? Reset. It's 110 now, so we have to... What do I have to do in order to slow it down? Stretch. Type not wants to drum. Playback. Nah, that's not a loop for... I have to probably... This thing already. I mean, who would have known? Let me see. How do I? Right, and then we just show in folder, and we bring this over here, and then I will color code it right away. And sure, why not? I can authorize straight away here. And 110, right? So what I usually do is I fit to tempo, BPM 110, and then I know I want to have this half tempo, right? So what do I do? Well, there is this little nifty thingy which is called stretch at the top left, and you check it when so that when you drag things on the edge like this, so if I would disable it and do just like this, it would just extend the clip within which this sound exists, right? But if I instead mark the stretch option and I stretch it into 8 additional bars, then it's going to readjust just like that. So it was first readjusted within its tempo to fit the grid, and then I just kind of like stretch it ×2 based on the previous adjustment sort of thing. So now it's it shows that it still shows that the clip tempo is 172. If I revert it back, okay, well, so I mean, I assume it's some kind of because I think what I could also do, if I'm not mistaken, I could just do this, go here and just say the original is 110. So if I do this, so this is the tempo of the original, and now I want to fit tempo 110, and now it's adjusted to the tempo, but now I want the tempo to be the half of that. And how do I do this? What is 172 divided by 2? 60, no, sorry, not at all. 86, nah, not at all. 80. God. Oh my God, my math skills are very rusty. 172 divided by 2 is going to be 86. 86. I think I said something like this. So if I could instead drag it down to be 86. Okay, that would be 107. So instead that needs to be 172. So it's gonna be 344. What? It tells me it's unrealistic tempo at the top left. Why would you say such a thing? What? Unrealistic tempo? You have got to be kidding me. Okay, well, whatever. We can still do it that way. 110. Stretch, and it's probably going to be the same thing. That's right. But then it needs to be at 30. Let's go with 34. So then I'm gonna introduce track 34. Then I'm gonna move this over here. And then I will move this guy over here. But then I need to pitch it down probably a couple of semitones, even more. Wait, I need to match this. How the fuck was it pitched? This is like this. Okay, so it needs to go like, okay, well, how about 500 cents? What? What is happening? Why is it? What? Am I doing something wrong? Pitch. I mean, that's the thing I don't really like about this thing, is that it doesn't tell you. I mean, when it's pitching to key, it's not telling you how much. It's just kind of transposing the way it sees fit, sort of thing. Oh wait, now it's good. All right. Okay. So it was apparently as much as 6 freaking semitones down from A minor 7th. I mean, I have I guess what 7th means, like 7th chord probably, but is that even a chord, this thing? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I just... I'm not a good listener in this case. Anyways, we have got this thing, and we can go and do something. Keep on adding some stuff. So let's now what happened? What happened? Can I disable that for a second? Right, awesome. So just keep it there. And one very nice feature. I don't know if I've talked about it much on the previous streams, but I did actually this like mono button, which is which I guess was a very missing piece in FL Studio, which you can see here on the top bottom left corner. And what this basically is a so-called control surface. And I mean, this right now doesn't really look like any surface, but if I go to control surface, it looks something like this, which is kind of reminiscent of Patcher. And in case you didn't notice before, Patcher actually has control surface, inside of the Patcher itself. So inside of a Patcher, it looks something like this, usually. And there you have your thumbnail of the surface, and you go into it, and then you have your surface, and then you have two tabs. You have map and surface. What control surface is basically only surface component without the Patcher component, because sometimes when you just want to change value of something in FL Studio, like a button click or whatever fader, you don't really need whole Patcher. You just need the surface, and then you just make a whatever. Let's see. If I go here and I make this you know what, let's just open up a new control surface. And yeah, that's it. And then I can add, let's say I want to have a button. I add button. Okay, it doesn't probably look like a button. It's probably something else. Let me add a proper one, a default button, sound like this. And then I can click that thing, and then I can link this to anything in FL Studio that I want. So if I want to, like, in this case, I did with this guy over here. I just changed the design of the button so that it's a different design, and then I have enhanced the text size so that it's it's not like very, very small like it was initially, but I've enhanced it to pretty much the size of the button. And because you cannot really go smaller than that, it's just this size is the as small as it gets for the window, not the button. What I could do, probably like in the next iteration, would be to have like a mono button somewhere over here, and then I could have like a number of other buttons and make maybe like 4 instead of just one big. But anyways, what this is that it's linked to this guy over here, which is my sort of like fake master in this case. It's not really like official or the actual master, which is actually this thing over here, but I just took a insert 65 and I just named it my master, because I actually needed my master to be a monitor for headphones, which is like a different story, maybe for another stream. But anyways, what I did here is I automated this, or well, not really automated, but have linked this knob. If I right click it, you can see it's linked to a controller, and then there is in this little window there is something which is called internal controller, and then you have your internal controllers, like in this case surface controller, which is called surface, and a button within it, which is called mono, right? And then the question of how the button is going to switch between different values lies in what mapping formula you're going to use. And in this case, the mapping formula that I ended up going for was linear and last half. And last half because, well, you want the off state of mono button to be like it is right now at 0, but then you want the on state to be at the last half, not the first half, but the last half of while it's on, right? So that it's, you know, completely mono. So when we go back to this guy, when it's off, it does nothing. When it's on, okay, I think I've broken it. I think I have broken it. Remove conflicts, link, none, accept, and let's link it one more time. So I'm gonna go for a mono, last half, accept, and then when I go to this thing, as you can see, if when it's on, it's the last half all the way, or the second half, depending on how you look at it. And when it's off, it's just resets to normal, to the initial state. So if we listen to this, it's like a very quick way to just, and when I have this detached, I can take it anywhere. Just check the mono compatibility in real time without actually like going, oh, okay, where, oh, here, right, and just, you know, click and drag. Like it's weird, you know. At least, you know, I mean, I get like that's the way it's made in FL Studio, which is actually very handy because I tend actually to do, like, if I find some sound to have too much side information, I just kind of like gradually kind of like drag it down, and I never find how do I say this, like it's very rarely that I need to actually, you know, boost something like this. If you look here, I rarely find myself in a situation when I need to boost the sides like this, so that there is this blue like first half where I'm actually enhancing the sides. I very rarely do that, but instead I find myself like very often to reduce the sides so I only have mono left, because the way I like to do mixes is I want everything to be as well ordered and kind of like hearable in mono as possible. But then again, obviously the volume for every single thing is right, and then the amount of stereo that is being given back, like here. This is the original of this guy, which is pretty wide and nice and everything. It sounds nice, but then it adds volume. That those sides add volume, which make the peak volume a little bit more. By itself it sounds nice, but when you add it like this, and when I flip it to mono, it's quieter. So just a good practice. Flip it to mono, and then you add your volume. You just increase the volume of that thing while being in mono, and then you sort of gradually bring back the stereo information, and you just find how do you want to balance that mid-side component within a particular sound that you are that you're deciding to use, like so okay, let's bring it back here. So now if we listen, this is the stereo, and the ARP, this ARP, you can hear it very well in stereo. Listen what happens when I bring it to mono. It's just quieter. So again, it's a dirty trick or dirty way to do this, but I'm just gonna do this. And then, you also have to sometimes take into account that there might be certain phasing issues within the sound itself, and you might kind of want to try and fix that, also by doing, applying some tricks onto, but, then that is probably the fastest way of doing it. Just, again, let's flip it to mono completely. And let's add back the amount that we... Actually, let me make this bigger for better viewing experience. Let's add back the... So see here, already here I can hear the wideness of this sound. So we have actually reduced the stereo by 67% within the context of the mix. And we don't need more. We just want it to be, present in mid, in this case, just very low in the mix, and have like tiny bit of wideness, but not too much to not sort of mess up the headroom or loudness or whatever. You just want that smooth transition between mono and stereo. I would say it's still and you could like compress it as well and stuff. So. And it's wild. I mean, if I listen to it like this, but it's far more present in mono right now. And if you really would like to like bring even more out of its mid signal, which in other words might be mono, then there are some tricks which perhaps I'm not gonna go into right now, but maybe some other time. There are always other opportunities to show you stuff, and that's what these streams are for. I'm actually gonna leave like this in this view. We stumble upon something that is that has some information here. Let's keep going. Okay, most important thing is that it's the same pitch. And then, you know, when I import this thing, you know what? Let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Fit to tempo, BPM, 119. Not like that. Or, you know what? Yeah, right. No. Like this. I wanted it to be on pad 1. What? What? That's it. What the hell is happening? Why is it on 39? Why did this... Where did this come from? What I actually like in this bigger view is that those kind of icons that I made are actually far bigger and far easier to see when routing. Many people use these, but I like to use them so that I know what I'm looking at, not just from the perspective of the name, but then like this is melodic score and this is something else and blah blah blah. That they're not that there is a that there is no icon for every single thing, but for example, I didn't know that this thing means this note. I think like note on a note sheet is actually a bass clef, as FL Studio says. So I have this as like a icon for bass lines, and when I look even at the bottom, I know like this is for the bass lines and this is for whatever melodic score, as it says, like, and when it's vertical and when it's not horizontal but vertical actually, then there is piano/keyboard. And, you know, I mean, it's not that important, but I don't know, like it's a good visual thing. And, you know, when I look at this, I sort of know like what is what. And especially when I'm routing, I don't need to look like up here, but then I just take something and I route and I see, okay, it's an ARP, it's a melodic score, it's seems to be bass 1, bass 2, blah blah blah. You know the drill. just give me a second. I will take a short 5-minute break, and then I will be back as soon as I can. Let me switch it here, and let me just take a small break. But if there are any questions that you have, I might be able to answer them in the meantime. But I'm just gonna take something to drink, toilet break, and I'll be back. All right. Oh yes. Oh yes. Yeah. Right. Well, where were we last time? So I think like I would love to like I don't know like incorporate these two things. Right. So what I would like to do is first start off like this, then develop into this, which would be this additional ARP thingy. It's still like kind of quiet. It's a little bit better. Then, yeah, sure, whatever. And then we add another, what is it, 16 bars with this guy. Kind of like a core, like, I mean, it's pretty nice. Stuck in my throat. Yeah. And we got already, what is it, 151, which is, I don't know, not bad, I guess. It's something. But, I mean, to arrange this into like a full feature track, like, that is still, till today, my like biggest Achilles foot. Something I kind of cannot get past of doing. Like try to, like, without... like, you know, arranging an idea to like, let's say 5 minutes and do like proper elements like intro, break, bridge, verse, blah, blah, blah. You know, the usual thing, the usual suspects, you know, and do this before I actually get bored of the idea and go to the next thing. So I think I have to resubscribe to this jukebox.io thingy made by Untitled Chapter. In case you haven't heard, jukebox.io. It's like a arrangement generator, which kind of fills out the blocks for you. You can download an empty project which has patterns that are appropriately named and arranged for a particular genre that you are kind of going for. And I have an account there and I have subscribed for a while, but there was a time when I was paying like 3-4 months in a row and I barely downloaded like 2 free arrangement files, like arrangement FLPs, and I just didn't find it to be useful, so I've ended the subscription. Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if it's better to just find some favorite track and like arrange it according to that kind of track that I like, or if it's better to, I don't know, to use that generator I've just talked about. Uh, it's certainly a lot more fun to use reference tracks, and I should use a lot more reference tracks, not just for arrangement but for mixing as well. I feel like it would be now, since I have figured out the control surface buttons, I could do actually like a A/B switch. And I could just place like a reference track over here, and like match the volume of the reference and my stuff, and kind of like A and B. That would be pretty freaking nice, to be honest. I have to figure this out, actually, and that would probably be the best thing to do. But that's probably a thing to do for another before another stream, probably. But I don't know. I feel like there's still a lot of juice left in me to keep going, but I just want to check the uptime, like I usually do. Uptimes, check it out. Live for 1 hour, 33 minutes, 6 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, damn. Oh man, I wish I could play some of my favorite music from like Spotify and stuff, or well, Deezer specifically in this case that I use. But damn, this DMCA thing is just a big pain in the ass. I mean, especially on Twitch. Like on YouTube is like, whatever. Like if I upload the VOD, then I'm just gonna get a copyright claim, and I'm just gonna like mute the part of the stream that where there was this sound, or this music where it was played. But here on the Twitch is just, I don't know, just a little bit different. I mean, I've seen that Twitch kind of does the mute thing automatically as well sometimes. Like for instance, it was okay. I have to make a confession, or well, maybe not a confession, but there's this playlist on what is it? What it's called? And I think that's called Anjuna X Twitch playlist, and it's on Spotify, right? So there you have it. So there is the Twitch X Anjuna Beats, which is like this playlist that is stream ready music, right? I mean, technically should be. If I play something, it should be, there shouldn't be any problem. Guess what? I played this track over here, Be Alone by Oliver Smith, which I love, both Oliver Smith and the track itself. It's really awesome, especially since it's here. But I played it once upon a time during the intro of my stream, and well, I mean, YouTube obviously copyright claimed it because it's all about Twitch. But on Twitch, it happened as well, and I was like, what? Why did it mute? Why did I get like, why did it mute that thing on? Okay, maybe I'm not gonna get copyright claimed, but well, But you know, I'm gonna do it anyways. I have the playlist here. I have added these tracks, or some of these tracks that I like, to the to my Deezer playlist, just because that's a place which I like to. What can we play? Twitch ready. And there are probably going to be some commercials and shit, since I have the free version, but whatever. Twitch ready. What can we play? Man, I haven't listened to these. Okay, maybe Lovingly Merrimack remix. Sure. Hell yeah. And only time will tell if this part will get copyright claimed, either on Twitch or YouTube. So, but if there's a playlist which says okay to play on Twitch, I see no problem. But I guess it's my only counter argument in case anything happens. But whatever. I can take it. Oh man. Anyways, where were we? I don't know. I feel like this ARP in the background is like unnecessary. So maybe I will actually remove this. This is nice. This is nice. If I would go here, this actually adds something. It's not like it adds, like I think there was like this video from on YouTube from a guy called Soul State, which is like a guy who makes I think he both makes music and he makes those like really great compilations from different places, different like streams of producers and stuff, and he like makes those like very short, information rich compilations of like people explaining stuff basically. And there was, I don't know if he did the tutorial on it himself, like, well, basically what it was about was that, think twice or even sometimes a number of times before you add something. And if some kind of additional element add something of a value, if it actually takes your idea a little higher, so to speak, and only if something being missing actually takes away from like this. And kind of ask yourself, if I add this, if it's gonna help, or does it kind of, is it absolutely necessary? I would say it adds to the whole thing, but is it absolutely necessary? I guess to me it's a process of elimination. Just finding it, kind of like, searching and searching, or doing whatever it takes to just find that element that is just going to be like so good that you cannot remove it anymore because it's so good. Like this melody here, I wouldn't remove it because it's so essential. Like without it, it's still good. But there is no like, I don't know what it's called. I think in pop music it's called hook. Maybe that's wrong terminology I'm using, but like something that kind of like attracts your attention, or whatever the phrase is. And this, I think it does that. That is just like, sure. But with this, it adds that kind of additional, I don't know, like I lost the word that I want to use. Like it makes it more like exciting, basically, And something that I like to do as well is sometimes bring everything one semitone lower and just see how it sounds. And I tend to do this like many times during during creation process. Like now this chord patty thing lasts a little bit of top end, but probably because we pitched it, obviously. But that can be fixed if should I decide to stick with this pitch. But nah, I don't think. I think it's a little too low. I don't like. The lower I go in pitch, the more mysterious it gets, if you know what I mean. And the higher I go in pitch, the more uplifting it gets, in my opinion. Here in this area, it's kind of too dark. I mean, not like very dark, but it's like too melancholic. And that's not what I'm going for. So if I would go back to, so the sweet spot I left it at was basically a semitone higher than what we just played. So this doesn't feel like it's too high in pitch, but then it doesn't feel like it's too low in pitch. That's how I decide, you know, what I settle on. Like, I experiment with this feature and then kind of decide, okay, which pitch am I gonna leave, stick to, and make more stuff. But if I would remove this melody sound, if I would add something else, then the mood, the vibe would completely change. Should I go with like a different direction, and then I would probably be able to experiment a lot more. I mean, some things like bass isn't that noticeable when I pitch it up or down, because it's just underlying thing going on. And maybe that pad as well, because it's pretty low in volume relatively to everything else, but it's all about this melodic sound here. Should I remove it and throw in something else? Number one, I decide to change direction. Number two, that allows me to, play around with different keys a little bit more. I mean, everything is now basically minor, but then, like, going back to the thing I was talking about, the number of streams earlier, like, when you say something is in, some key in major, then you can pretty much say it's relative to some other key in minor. So, when I say something is major, it can also be like X key in major. It can also be Y key in minor. Like according to this, maybe I can show it again. Like I see no reason why I wouldn't do that, to show you this this very nifty, very neat relative musical scales cheat sheet that I tend to go to, which is this guy over here. So that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, I can say something is C major, but also means it can be in A minor. Like, there's this translation factor. Like, no matter what I do here in C major, I can also kind of apply sounds from A minor, and they are going to be technically compatible, right? But they don't need to fit stylistically. Like, sometimes, I mean, I don't. It's pretty general. Maybe I'm generalizing too much, but it's a good thing and to use, and I just like to come back to this picture a lot. And I do also have this as an app in my iOS devices, in an app called Suggester. So if you just look up Suggester, SUGGESTER, on App Store, you're gonna find it. It's a paid app, but it also has this thing there, which if you have which is like a scaler for iOS, this app. And if you have a progression that you have programmed, then you can press somewhere change scale, and then it's going to show you what would you like to change to and how big of a translation percentage is. Like, let's say I am on C major, and then it can show me that you can translate to alternative number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It can show me that there are 10 different keys and scales that I can translate to with 100% translation factor, which means that every single note of every single chord of that progression that I've made is going to work within that other scale that I'm going to change to, right? And that kind of like opened my brain, like there's so many opportunities to, like, if you don't know how to how to take your progression forward, how to improve it, you just change that thing and you just keep experimenting. And there are many different chord generator software / apps programs that are just going to show you different chords for those different scales, and then you just kind of keep experimenting. And yeah, I mean, I know why I talk about it that much here, because I'm not doing that thing right here right now, but I like to point it out sometimes, and it's good. It's a good thing to know for people, I'm sure. So yeah, anyways, but even without the melody, it's like an harp. track of which but I think it was D sharp. Okay, D sharp minor. Yes. So let me try something. There's this neat tunecraft lash sounds and D sharp minor. Right. And what do I want to... Kind of like that. I don't know. I just have to. I'm playing this on my computer keyboard. I just want to launch a I know what? I'm gonna grab my freaking MIDI controller that I have sitting under my desk. It's a huge one. That would be just so much nicer to use. Yeah, it's gonna probably be a little bit noisy, but I will maybe mute my microphone for a second so that there is no bleed. Oh yeah, I forgot to unmute my microphone. So initially I was thinking of this. But then I realized it's not really like, I don't know, like it's not really like certainly this part. It's not, it's like meh. But this though. And it's just going on in the background. So maybe I will just do this. Why? Let's try it. Let's try it. And then, well, maybe I will take this to a different pattern there. Right. Let's try it. Pattern 7. Let's try it. Probably do like a different chord on, or like a different chord for that ARP here on the, like as a, what is it called, like a resolving chord, like in this case resolving ARP section. But I don't know, I think I will leave it like this for now. Barely audible. Interesting. There are some notes that are actually clashing with the melody. Whatever. Let's leave it for now, like this. Yeah, some of them are clashing and they are out of key. I can probably fix that in a second. You know what? Let's go. So inputs, audio, events, let's go port 0, whatever, and I will just route it like this. And what that allows me to do is I will be able to burn that ARP with the burn MIDI option, burn to new pattern, but that will then register whatever comes out of patcher, which is the point. So let's try it. And I will put back my MIDI controller. Oh man. And there we go. What's what you want to reset? Nothing at all. And let me then disconnect this thing. Leave it like this. Events, deactivate all. And I just want like this. Parnate. Bam. It's out of key, so what we need to do is go, because it was D sharp minor simple or something. It was an Aeolian, I think. Or was it? Yeah, but it can still fix. Oh shit. Okay, those are all the freaking notes. Holy Jesus. So I think here is the problem. What about removing this? Nah. reverb, or amount of tiny little amount of reverb, just to give it a tiny bit of space without really any bigger context. Actually, yeah, I mean, I like this without this, so that could be the first 4 8 bars, 16 bars. So that could be first 16 bars, although I don't know if that would be too boring, but we can just make it go like this. And sure, you can leave the melody like it is right here, and then we can sort of introduce it later on here for some reason, and then that'll be nice. And remove this here, and move this a little bit further down the road, and then just extend it like this, so we have more of arrangement. So that would go sort of from this. And that thing is like vibe, and, you know, already without those two elements. I feel like. And then comes the kind of something which I call the main hook, or I don't know, melody, for sure. Freaking holy shit, that's actually quiet. Yeah, that's better. It goes like blah blah blah. entirely sold on this ARP element, but I don't know, comparing this, which is here, comparing it to the sample that we initially had, which was what was it? Was it this? I think it was this. I don't know. It just wasn't the right fit. It's really nice on its own, but it's just I feel like it fits a different idea altogether. It has that Mass Effect vibe to it, if you know what I mean. If you have heard like that there's something Mass Effect-y in this. Probably because it's so pitched down. It could be like something used in a Mass Effect video game. Actually. And then you're like cruising with your ship between the planets, you know, kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, it really feels that way. For sure. So I will check for the uptime one more time. What do we have now? 2 hours 22 minutes, and I feel like it's actually enough. And I think that will be, I mean, we made some little tiny improvements, and I think like usual I was like talking more than, you know, actually doing, you know, productive stuff. But it's also what these, you know, streams are for, in my opinion. So I am still satisfied that I launched the stream regardless, and was able to, you know, give something back to you guys and girls, and yeah, to make some content. Even though unfortunately, you know, this time we had to disable the YouTube chat because of certain problems with certain yeah, I've mentioned it in the beginning. If you watch it, you will know what I was talking about, and it's also in the description of the YouTube video. So, you know, there's no necessity for you know, repeating that. You know, and, you know, just not worth to you know, be concerned about it. But the hope is to re-enable the YouTube chat, you know, sometime in the future once I find the solution for this particular problem over there. But in the meantime, you are free to obviously talk about, or, you know, just join the chat and, you know, talk, have a conversation on Twitch, obviously. And I was in fact thinking of expanding to Facebook gaming, or this like stream part or category of Facebook, but I'm not entirely sold on the idea of, I'm still not entirely sold on the idea of just Facebook being this, on one side being this kind of like social media for, you know, sort of like regular people, you know, meeting friends and talking to them and stuff, and then there is this one other part where, you know, people like me do live streams. And what I sort of, you know, would like to avoid if I would expand to Facebook is I wouldn't like, for example, my friends from my what is it, like the friend group, to basically, you know, have a pop-up on their Facebook page like, oh, there he is. The guy you have in your friends, on your friend list, is actually doing a live stream. and you can sort of click it and go watch it. And nah. I mean, that's what I'm doing this stuff on Twitch and YouTube, because I know there's like a uh, entirely different category of viewers. Not like your regular sort of Johnson type of people that sort of like, I don't know, go about their day while doing regular jobs and living regular lives. We here are a little more, I guess, different in the terms of that, spending our nights sleepless, while doing music or gaming or doing that kind of stuff. More like nerds. That's what I'm trying to say. So I'm not still not entirely sold on the Facebook thing, but maybe if I approach it right, if I make a separate account there, uh, maybe just maybe I'll be. I mean, I already see some people, some YouTubers or creators, music creators, doing this already, and having doing this via restream, and having their chat coming into one place like I have, from all three platforms. But I don't know, like, and I would probably have some viewership on Facebook for sure, but I'd rather go the hard way and try to gain viewership here or on YouTube, rather than just go the easy way and just be visible to the whole universe of Facebook people, And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, and time will tell if whatever I decide. So yeah. Anyways, I think it was a nice talk, and maybe I will launch stream tomorrow. Just gonna be in 4 minutes for me. So like a 4 minutes in 3 minutes actually. Now it's going to be the next day past midnight. So probably sometime today, um, I will do it again, and I will try to come up with another new interesting, engaging idea for you guys to enjoy. And I think that's it for now. So thank you so much for tuning in, and once again, have a great Christmas holiday, or whatever you're doing, wherever you are. Have a great day, have a great evening, and hopefully I will see you on the next one. Cheers and goodbye for now.